If you've ever watched someone living out their dreams and you felt a sting of jealousy, this video is going to be for you. You know what you want, but what you're missing is the mindset that says, I can actually have that. So let me show you how to change that so you can actually start getting your dream life too. And I remember hearing this story that made so much click for me, and I want to share it with you. There were these villagers desperate for some water. I mean, they were on their last legs and they needed it. And so they went out trying to find any sources of water, but they found a monk instead. And they went to this monk and said, please, can you get us some water? Make it rain. Like, we need this. And the monk said, yeah, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. Go on back to your place and be ready because it's finna rain, right? So the villagers go on back. The next day, they storm up to that monk, angry as heck. Like, you said it was gonna rain, but it didn't rain. So you're a liar, catch the spade. And so the monk looked around and he said, where are the ditches? And now the villagers are confused. They're like, what do you mean? The ditches? What do you mean? And the monk says, where are the ditches? Where are they? The villagers still like, who told me to dig ditches? And the monk finally says, if you truly expected it to rain, you would have dug the ditches. So now let's take the story back to you. What do you truly want? Now, what have you done today to get one step closer to that? Did you dig the ditches? Or did you say what you wanted and then get mad because you didn't prepare for it, so then it didn't come? And now you're blaming some outside force, like, oh, things that would work for me. When in reality, you didn't work for it. You didn't dig the ditches. And this isn't me trying to dig at you. This is me trying to point out that the only thing we're going to do is what we expect. Those villagers did not expect that it was going to rain. Yeah, the monk said it was going to rain, but they didn't expect it. They didn't believe it. So they didn't do the actions needed to secure the rain. If you say you want something, but you expect secretly, you might not even be aware of it, but if you expect it won't work out no matter what you do, then you're going to continue saying you want it, but you're never going to dig those dishes. You're never going to. So if life isn't how you want it right now, you have a choice. You can keep your expectations the same and never change anything to you. That's the choice you have. And you'll stay stuck where you are. Or you can change your expectations. Because once you change what you expect, you change how you see the world. And you change your actions, and then your world changes as well. And obviously there's more things that will change. I mean, your mindset, your emotions, all that stuff. But just keep things very simple for this video. Change expectations, change your life. And the quote I want to give you is by Earl Nightingale. If you know the man, you know he is a wonderful speaker. He said, our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. We've known this for the longest. But the general public don't know this stuff because who's teaching it, right? So now you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I change my expectations? Because I don't want to be here no more. I want to live the life I want to live. And if you're telling me the fact of the matter is, I'm not doing what it takes because I don't expect it, how can I truly expect it? No way, my friend, I've got to. It is very simple to change your expectations because what you expect is just a repeat of the things you hear, right? If I'm telling you it's going to rain Saturday and I'm telling you this constantly, like it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, you are going to expect it will rain. Now, think about what our society values. Our society values playing the victim, blaming others, and only entertaining ourselves, spending money on things we don't need, chaos, drama. Like, our society values things that paint a negative expectation inside of us. Our society places the chaos expectation inside of us. Well, we expect things will just be chaotic. That things just have to be hard. That things have to be drama filled. That things have to be because you're this person, that person. And so when it comes to trying to change our situation, Everything we've been taught by society comes to us. And so we're trying to change that situation. We feel like it's difficult, and then we immediately expect it won't work out. So then we run away from it. We procrastinate. We burn out. We say we don't really want it. And the cycle just continues. That's how expectations work inside of us. It's just a repeat of what we hear, what we're exposed to. And the tactics I'm going to give you will, one, get good things inside of your mind so that things can change and you'll start thinking like a winner and get away from the things that are tainting your mind and help and making you think more so like a loser. I hate to use those terms, but that's all that can come to my mind at this point. And I really hope that so far this explanation has been you've been able to follow along. These are some things that I generally don't talk too much about anymore, but I think it's really important. I really do. So, how do we start changing our expectations? The easiest way is to listen to something empowering or read something every day. And if you're going to listen to something, listen to 5 minutes. If you're going to read something, just read 1 page a day. That is how you change your expectations, because now you're getting more things, different things inside of your mind. And since the mind is just a repeat or of the things you put into it, if all you're putting inside of your head are empowering things, you're eventually going to start thinking in empowerment. You won't be thinking like your own enemy, because most of us, we just beat ourselves up in our head. But if you can start listening to empowering things daily, you will start thinking empowering things in your head. That's how simple it is. You might be thinking it can't be that simple. It really is that simple. That's why McDonald's, even though you know where it's at, McDonald's knows exactly that you can find it. They still run ads all the time on TV, on YouTube. Wherever McDonald's can run ads, they're running ads because they understand that whatever is repeated whatever you get exposed to constantly, but subconsciously to control you. So let's say one day you're driving past McDonald's. You just naturally get pulled towards it. Why? Because you've been seeing those ads over and over and over again. Marketers know it, and now you know the truth. What you're exposed to eventually controls you. And if you're exposed to negative, weak mindsets, that will control you. If you're exposed to empowering things, that will control you. We're always going to be controlled by something. So why not pick the one that will benefit us the most? I'm just putting that out in your head. The next thing you can do, we've already talked about being intentional, putting empowering things inside your mind. Next thing you can do is get away from anything disempowering, disengage, okay? If you're listening to something, like truly, like listen to things you hear, and if you can say, this isn't really helping my mindset, get away. An example I always use is that song Logic made, where he was basically singing he didn't want to be alive. He just wanted to die. And everybody dies. Something like that. You know the song? If you listen to those lyrics, they're not good. But it was really popular and very catchy. And I just think about the people who listen to the hook. I don't want to be alive. I don't want to be alive. I just want to die today. And I think, how is that affecting them? If they're constantly hearing, I don't want to be alive, I don't want to die, then they're going to start thinking negatively. And then that negative thinking is going to circle into their actions. They're going to procrastinate on things that matter to them. They're going to play the victim game. They're going to burn out on the slightest thing. They're going to forget about the things that matter to them. They're not going to do anything helpful to them, all because of the messaging that's getting inside. And they're not even aware of it. But I want you to be aware of this. So whatever is disempowering you, get away from it. And if you can't get away from it, try to redirect it. You know, sometimes I'll be around people who are just talking so negatively. And sometimes I'll like straight up say, look, if this is going to be a negative Nancy party, I'm gone. Like, let's change the topic. Maybe I'll just get quiet so I can show like I'm not interested in this topic. Or I'll just simply walk away. You know, because at the end of the day, your mindset is what matters most. Above everything else, your mindset is what matters most. Now, I've got this sun in my freaking face. Let me take care of that real quick. All right, I'm back. As you can see, I'm in a different area because that sun was not sunning for me. So I had to move. But it's okay. The last thing we're talking about is just being aware of the things getting in your mind and disengaging from that. That's as simple as it is. So if you just listen to more empowering things daily or just read something and you separate yourself from as much disempowering things as possible, you are already light years ahead of the people who are just don't even care about this stuff. Like, your life is going to change because your mindset determines so much. Now, to make this into a habit, you can listen to something empowering while you're driving to work, or taking a shower, or cooking something, or waiting for your food to warm up in the microwave. Like, it's not hard to do this stuff. You just gotta be aware that you have time to do this. Like, you can fit this in. And it's only like 5 minutes of listening to something. And I'm gonna have some starter books and starter empowering seminars, lectures, all that good stuff in my description. So you don't even have an excuse as to why you can't get started today. You can. You literally can. And that's going to change your life. And this is something I am always doing myself. I mean, I remember I was waiting on my plug to come through, and it was 30 minutes of us waiting. And during that time, I decided to read a book because I wanted to work on my mind instead of sitting there and just scrolling mindlessly on my phone. I wanted to work on my mindset. And so I read. So it's not hard to do this stuff. You just have to tell yourself you're going to do it because you don't want to be in this situation you're in anymore. Until you decide you want different and you work on your mindset to expect that that can happen, nothing's going to happen for you. So please find a way to work this in. And let me know in the comments, what have you been expecting from life? And do you think it's time for you to change those expectations so you can change what you're getting from life? Let's have a discussion. Now, if you seriously work on your mindset every day, your expectations are bound to change. And look around wherever you are. Once your expectations change, what you have will change as well. Because you will finally do what those villagers didn't do. You would dig the ditches to prepare for the change. But if you don't work on your mindset, look around again. What you have right now, it'll be worse. In a year, 2 years, 3 years. Just know it will be worse. Because you don't expect things to change. You don't expect things to get better. Yeah, you might want those things, but you don't expect it. And so your actions will not be aligned with that. It will be aligned with what you expect. Nothingness. So you will end up doing nothing and wondering why. Now, if you're someone who cares about improving your mindset, my guess is you also care about your life and the direction it goes. One of the biggest things you really want to focus on is breaking free of the default mode that most of us are stuck on. I mean, we all know what it is. We wake up, get on the phone immediately, then go to work, get off work, eat something, watch TV, get on the phone again, and then go to sleep. We are all on that continuous cycle. And if you want to really take your life in control, default mode, getting off of that path, it's going to be the way to do that. That's why I made a course called Live by Design. It's the first thing in my description. Feel free to check it out if you are serious about improving your life. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want more, all you gotta do is watch more. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you for the next one.